Okay, so stream will be starting soon. Oh, hello there, Nage. Nice to see you. Weirdly, it doesn't show me on the stream manager. It still says 0 views, so that's a bit weird. But thank you for joining. Yeah, plan today is quite simple. It is, first of all, we're going to try and rescue Tamford Kerman, aka Tammy 3, who is currently stuck aboard the Twitch 4 Mark III. Where's my business sense? Well, clearly it's wrong. Clearly it means there's tens of thousands. Being told not. Yeah, that's the plan. Save Tamford. Right then. Had to refresh the page. Okay, yeah, maybe that's it. So here we are with Tamford Kerman, who, if you saw the stream on Sunday, or perhaps you watched the video, basically, I left her stranded orbiting the sun, or at least so I thought. And I did try to kind of fix it, but the problem I had was there's no electric charge left on the spacecraft because I'm an idiot. I didn't fit it with enough batteries. And I kind of just said, oh, she'll be fine, we'll rescue her later. And we went up with Valentina, and there was a re-entry problem and some rather explosive aero braking, not intentional. However, I'd forgotten that we'd upgraded the tracking station in between the two missions, and lo and behold, Tamford Kerman is actually on a suborbital trajectory, because I had in fact done enough to get her back. I hadn't actually floated too far away from Kerbal. So the mission to start off with, very simple. We're going to try and rescue Tamford, or rather, she's going to try and get back to Kerbin safely this time. Now, what went wrong before was that with Valentina and her mission was that I wrongly assumed that the pod would flip so that the heat shield, which is here, would end up going down first, but it didn't. It went nose first, the parachute exploded, and then the pod exploded from the heat of re-entry. Now, we're going to be doing a much hotter re-entry this time, and I still cannot, so I'm pressing buttons here to try and do things. You can see the yaw and the pitch and the roll. I can put controls in, but nothing happens because we have no electric charge. Also a problem, this engine does not have an alternator on it. So if I throttle it up a little bit, I do not generate any electricity, so I can't do the reaction wheels that way. But you might notice that if I press the buttons, you can see the nozzle wiggling around, because this is a gimbaled engine. So we do have a little bit of control when the engine is on, and it's only a little bit of control. And of course we have the engine on, so we're changing our velocity and stuff. So we are currently going to smack into Kerbal, which is fine, except for the whole, re-entry overheating problem. And I do have a cunning plan to hopefully get the rocket facing the correct way, using the engine, hopefully, and that will, well, if we're lucky, that'll be a success. So I'm just going to, I know it's about 5-10 minutes, but hitting Kerbal, well, yes, we will hit Kerbal, hopefully, or not Kerbal, sorry, Kerbin. Hitting Kerbal would be bad. So I'm just going to time accelerate just a little bit. Just have to be sensitive with this. There we go. Okay, we're just going to swing back. There we go. Yeah, we don't want any litho braking. Litho braking is bad. So you see, we went really, really far away. We do have it back under control. Kinda. So yeah, plan is, so that's inside Minimus's orbit. Once we're inside the moon's orbit, I'm going to slow down the time acceleration a bit. Okay, so currently we are facing the wrong way. We want to be retrograde, and we're currently pointed, don't even know. So, what I'm hoping is, if I throttle up, the rocket will try and retrograde itself. I'm going to cut the engine there. A little bit of thrust, just a teeny weeny bit. Okay, cut. Right. Are we still hitting Kerbin? Yes, we are. Okay, and then we're going to wait just a little bit. Just a little bit. And we're just going to gently head down towards the planet. By the way, thank you very much to Very Old Gamer for sending me the configuration file to get the clouds working. So we now have pretty clouds, which is a mod called Eve. Enhanced environmental effects. Yeah, it makes the Kerbin just look really nice. Okay, we're getting quite close now. Yeah, this is going to be a really harsh re-entry, so I don't know if this is going to work, but it's our best shot. Okay, so we are more or less retrograde. I'm just going to wait until we actually get to the atmosphere, and then I'm going to detach the rocket. Yeah, we're coming in. By the way, do not attempt re-entry like this. This is a very silly way to try and do re-entry. I'm actually going to try and slow myself down as much as I can. Normally this would be a complete waste and we wouldn't need to do it. But it might help just a bit. It's not going to make much of a difference. Oh, hello there, Dr. Arfridge. What does it mean when one retrogrades? Okay, so basically if you're doing anything in space, the two main things you have to have in your head are the direction that you're currently traveling in. No, that's not the direction your rocket's pointed in, but the direction you're traveling in. That's called your prograde vector. So currently I am plummeting towards Kerbin. That is, so kind of through the screen and towards the ground. That's prograde for me at the moment. And retrograde is pointing the other way around. So I'm pointing my rocket so that it's facing the opposite way to the way that I'm currently traveling. So basically, prograde burns make you accelerate, and retrograde burns make you decelerate. That's the the basic kind of thing with those two, and you use them a lot in orbital mechanics because, for instance, if you're wanting to deorbit, then you need to burn retrograde. If you want to go into orbit, then you want to burn prograde. So I'm just burning retrograde at the moment. And you can see on the nav ball, there's this little marker here. This is the retrograde marker. But I'm also using a smart stability assistant part of MechJeb, which you press a button and the rocket will attempt to point itself that way. So we are now in the atmosphere, so I'm going to cut the engine and I'm going to detach the pod. And we're going to do a very, 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 very violent re-entry. And I'm really hoping and praying that the heat shield holds up. Tanford's blacked out. Unsurprising. Just hope that she doesn't, die. But that's the worst of it. That's us through the maximum dynamic pressure and through the maximum heat, and we have survived. Okay, and the ablators are actually done very well. So we're fine as long as Tanford wakes up to deploy the parachute. Tanford, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and deploy the parachute. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay. Whew. Avino, hello. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so hope that should be it. That should be it. We should have a nice, calm landing. Yeah, sure, whatever. No, we don't. We do any experiments while we're here? Probably nothing interesting. No. Okay, we'll just flip. Ooh, some weird glitching there. Sorry about that. I think that's a cloud shadow. Tanford looks very happy to have regained consciousness. Yeah. Yeah, she seems calm. I'm not surprised. After how long has she been in space? Really? No, that can't be right. I really left her in space. Okay, so yeah, she's been in space for 44 days in this tiny, tiny, tiny little capsule. Oh, hello there, First Place Onion. Did you rescue her? Well, maybe. We're currently just hoping that the splashdown is okay, which it should be. Should be. Oh, and there we go. Lovely. Okay, let's recover the vessel. Tanford, safe and sound. Excellent. And that means our space program still has a pilot. Hooray! I should probably do unmanned probe, shouldn't I? Uncrewed, sorry. Okay, we get a load of science. Look at that. And Tanford is now level 2 because she's done some really crazy stuff. Here she is, level 2. So she's been in orbit around Kerbin. She's done a flyby of the moon, and she's been in orbit around the sun for 6 experience. Bravo! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One thing I haven't actually explored is the fact that we can now give her a custom kind of look. Blue vintage suit. You can give her a vintage suit or a regular one, which allows you white, blue, orange, or ESA one. Let's go with an ESA one. I quite like that. Freya, not just now, okay? And I'm actually going to put the guys in white, if I can. Put them in a white suit. Let me do that. Or is it always going to put him in an orange one? I don't know. Anyway, fiddling around with that. So here are our 2 lost Kerbals. We have Jebediah and Valentina, both of whom are sadly deceased. Let's have a look at the... Mommy. Sorry about that. So we can unlock a load of stuff. So let's get electrics so that we don't have that problem again. If you just joined the stream, yeah, the problem I had was that I didn't have any way of generating electricity, so that was a bit of an issue. Space exploration might get that. Miniaturization, what does that give me? Again, not super important. Landing is, though, because we can get the landing struts, the LES, which is always nice, and the big parachutes. Yes, we'll get those unlocked. Probably unlock everything on this tier, actually. I'm just being selective. All aircraft bits. Service modules, and yeah, definitely get that. And let's get the propulsion systems as well, which gives us, yeah. Okay. I don't think I can get access to any of this stuff until... what? Don't research technologies over 100 science at this level. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I need to upgrade the R&D facility, but I probably don't have the money for that. No. Do we have the money to upgrade the tracking station? No. Mission control? Yes. And that gives us flight planning. Okay, brilliant. Yes, wow. Hello, Alice. Wow, that's very impressive. That's a big tower. Well done. Guest on the stream there. Okay. Well, the next thing to try, I guess, is a landing on the moon. And the question is, do we go for a manned or an unmanned lander? And I'll let chat decide. Or crewed or uncrewed. Sorry. Crewed or uncrewed. Are we going to send Tamford out again to try and land on the moon just straight away? Which is a bit of a stretch, but we can try. Or shall we be sensible and try with an uncrewed vessel? Not sure. No, I cannot afford to lose another pilot. If I lose another pilot, if I lose another pilot, that is pretty much the space program stuffed, because hiring another pilot would cost me 500,000 credits, and I do not have that much. So, uncrewed. Okay, uncrewed it is, and I haven't built an uncrewed rocket yet, so that will be fun. Let's go for something based on the Robodyne Octo. Nice and small. We'll stick a mech jib unit on it. And some solar panels, before I forget. 2 of them. Not going to generate loads of power, but it will generate some. And then we're going to have to think about how this thing lands. So what engines do I have available? Do have the Spark. I quite like the Spark. It is a liquid fuel one. And do I have a monoprop engine? Don't think I do. And liquid fuel. Probably going to have to use the Spark. I don't think I have monoprop engine. I do have the linear RCS ports. Sorry, I'm thinking. So thruster power is 2, but it doesn't tell me what that actually, engine terms. But I don't think it's very much. Another suggestion: is it possible to send an automated, crewed but unpiloted mission? Oh, you mean taking the pod but putting no one, crew pod but putting no one in it? It is, just not yet for me, because I don't have the tech to do that. At least I don't think I do. Pretty sure you can do that though. All right, so we're gonna have to go with the liquid fuel. So I want a tiny fuel tank, please. other way up. This one, the Oscar B. That'll do. And then a spark. Now, how much Delta V does that give us? On the moon. Kind of means sending an engineer up there, but letting the computer fly them. Yeah, yeah, it's doable. I could do it if I had the advanced mech-jeb, but mech-jeb's still quite limited at the moment, so I can't really do that yet. Okay, probably be enough for the moon. And landing and taking off, he says confidently. Not that we have to take off, we're just going to land the thing. So let's get some landing legs, the lighter one. 3 is a kind of classic approach. And let's start them retracted. Awesome. Let's get a battery, slap it on there. What else are we going to need? Going to need communications so that we can send the science back. And yeah, we can generate power. That's good. What I might do actually is have a look at the science that we could use. So there isn't much point doing anything other than a thermometer at the moment, which is a bit rubbish, because the goo, I'm pretty sure, needs to be returned. Let's have a look. It tells you now. Collectible, rerunnable, no. Resettable, yes. This one, is there's a difference between stuff that can be sent. Maybe we could send some stuff, but we won't be able to recover it. So let's stick a barometer on there. Spare spot here, and let's go with let's just go with that. So we've got a temperature probe. We got a barometer on there. Not that there's much to record on the moon, but it'll do. And I'm actually going to stick single solar panel on the top like that. Boom. Okay, how many parts have I used for that? 14. Okay, so used quite a lot of parts there, but that should, in theory, work, apart from the fact that I have no way of controlling the damn thing. Just a moment. We need some RCS thruster blocks. Can I try and get away with just 2 of the things? I don't want them on the center of mass, but stick them there. Doesn't give us full control. I'm just trying to keep the... Actually, no. I do like running with the 4. Go. And then we're going to have to really be efficient building the actual rocket itself. So, don't have any reaction wheels on this thing, do we? Or does this come with one? Yeah, it does have them. Okay. Good. Let's go with a payload. So we need a one of these. Yeah, one of these. And we're just gonna place our little probe here, like that. Lovely. And then, oh no, we're not. Mistakes were made. We need a decoupler. And I would like a tiny decoupler, please. If you have one. This one? Is that really the smallest one I have? Yeah, it is. Okay. Decoupler, and then we'll put the payload on. Because I do not want it. Can we? No, not quite. Really? Not. So finicky, these things sometimes. And that, and we just get rid of this part. Right. Oh, excuse me. How many parts we got left? 10. Right. 10 parts. So what we want is just the biggest regular tank we can. This one, this is actually from a mod. This is from Fuel Tanks Plus. It's a nice big, long fuel tank, but I think it's perfectly balanced with the stock game. Trying to keep like the number of like parts and stuff that I stick on relatively light. Now, out of interest, could we use a 45? Whoa! Okay. Okay, that thrust weight's a little oh, that's because I still have it on the moon. Kevin, that's still a bit much. 238. Might be able to get another tank on here then. Good. So, can we be really cheeky and just stick 2 of these gigantonomic ones on? Yeah, it's a word. Look it up. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Okay. And then back down to the ground. Lovely. 2 of these. There. Do have the parts to include them, so why not? Right, let's sort the staging. So, engine first, then those, then that thing, deploy it, and this. Now, the only thing is, if I deploy this thing, I'm reasonably sure that when you deploy this, it doesn't decouple you from the rocket, and that's why I had to put the decoupler on. But what it will do is it will blow off this, which means the solar panels will be able to keep the probe charged, or at least that's the plan. What about color? Ooh, go with that one. This one. Okay, I think that'll work. He says confidently, and at least if it blows up, we haven't killed anyone. So, a name. So I've just been calling them the Twitch thingy. So in chat, just let me know what should I call this thing. Separator rings all the right way around this time. When was the? Oh, I've never put a stack decoupler on the wrong way up before. What are you talking about? So what would you like this thing to be called? Oh, hang on. The Probulus. How about that? Probulus 1. Like okay. Good. We'll save that and let's give it a shot. Launch. Now, I'm 99% certain that I haven't unlocked any of the whatchamacallit, MechJeb advanced stuff yet. Those. So I don't have ascent guidance yet, do I? No, but I do have the Manoeuvre Planner, and that's very important. So, spacing mix space for the next one. Done. Okay, throttle to full, SAS on, and oh, I know what I need. I need smart distance, and this orbit mode, and go. I didn't put fins on. Probably should have put fins on this rocket, shouldn't I? That was very silly of me. Oh well. If it launches, it launches. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. We've made a boo-boo. it's definitely going up, which is nice. And the advantage of using the 45 engine down here, the what's its full name? The LVT45 swivel liquid fueled engine, is that it has a gimbal, so I can steer the rocket using the engine. Basically, it twists the cone around at the bottom, so you can steer the rocket. It has an alternator, and it's quite efficient. So, yeah, it's doing quite well. What's its ISP? 287, which is pretty decent. And it gets more and more efficient as it goes up. Okay, I'm just going to start the pitch over maneuver now. So just going to turn it over a little bit. And that's why I should have put fins on it. Yeah, that was not intentional. Point it prograde, please, MacDeb. I think it's fair to say that this is not worked. So I'm just going to cut the engine. And yeah, this is just going to crash, which is a shame. But that's why you do uncrewed. Boo. Okay, well that didn't work. But let's fix that slight design issue. Fins are important. Don't forget the fins. Da-da-dee. No, I want 3. Here we go. And yes, we are still under our part. We have broken an ocean depth record of 10 meters and 20 meters because the Probulus one just went splat. Okay, space as requested. Right, let's try that again. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Dr. Fridge. Okay, let's try this again. So, stability control on. Smart ASS on. Orbit mode. Full power. Engine on. Detach and launch. This time, we shall be successful. I have a good feeling. You always need to blow up the rocket at least once. One thing I do need to do, though, is to work out how to get more money, because there's a limit to what we can do at the moment, in terms of the parts we have unlocked. And science really isn't the problem now, it's getting more money. And that means doing contracts and stuff. I probably should have checked before I launched the rocket. Once we're in orbit, I'll go check that out. See if we can pick up any contracts to like land something on the moon or something. We should have a contract to land a vessel on the moon, and then we'll get another one to land a Kerbal on the moon. Which is going to be trickier, but might be able to do it. Maybe. Probably shouldn't have launched at night either, but meh. Okay. Right, I'm going to start the pitch over, and this time, hopefully, we don't have serious issues. Okay, so that's the difference that a fin makes. Really quite nice. And yeah, I'm going to wait just a little bit. I'm going to wait till we're out of the sort of mid-blue section of the atmosphere before I hand over to MacJeb. You can do really cool things in Kerbal, actually. You can have completely unguided rockets if you build them just right, and you kind of set them up at an angle on the launch pad, and they will just go and fly up quite happily. Right, let's hit prograde, because I've gone way over what I should have done. Yeah, this is a really bad orbit. Don't do it like this, kids. I should have been paying attention instead of waffling. Right, Manoeuvre Planner. Now, this is the good stuff. So I want to circularize at the next apoapsis. Go. Create and execute. We don't have enough delta V quite to do that with the main stage because of my terrible launch profile. But it will work, he says confidently. I'm just going to deploy this so that we can hopefully generate electricity. Hopefully we haven't run out. No, we have not. That's very, very nice. Still have electric charge, so the rocket should now start to orientate itself. I can't actually tell if it's doing or not. It doesn't look like it is. What am I doing wrong, MacJeb? Execute. Why are you not RCS on? Yeah, why are you not doing it? We are connected to the Space Center? Don't understand. Do I need to extend the antenna? Right, where is it? Oh no, it's doing it now. It's doing it now. Okay. Good. Good. Thank you, MacJeb. Oh. Okay, this rocket is not very easy for MacJeb to control. Okay, might have to relaunch this. I don't think it's going to be able to do the circularization burn. No, it's not. Okay, abort, node execution, and we're going to try this again. Space is hard. And yes, this is going to crash horribly. But we'll try again. We'll add some more ability for the thing to actually maneuver. Splash. Okay. R.I.P. Yeah. Vessel is destroyed. Cannot autosave. Oh yeah, I should probably slow down time, right? Yeah. Back to the vehicle assembly. Now, I'm pretty sure I have a part left. Yeah, I do. Okay, so what we're going to do is just below the fairing, we're going to fit an advanced inline stabilizer. Because I think that's our best bet. So this is Spacey McSpace Phase 2. Save, launch. By the way, if you're watching and you haven't already followed me on Twitch, I'm trying to become a Twitch affiliate. I've passed all the milestones that you need, apart from 50 followers, so I would really, really appreciate it. But let's... Third time's the charm, eh? Right. On. And away we go. Very slowly, but it's fine. He says confidently. Right, I'm just gonna be cheeky. Just gonna try to pitch over like that. If you do it right from the start, sometimes it works a little bit better. And you just let the fins kind of carry over to the right vector. But it's not always super easy. And I might be a bit more aggressive handing over to the prograde vector for MechJib. If you're wondering how the thing about launching into orbit is you need to go sideways, not up, and it's choosing when to start turning your rocket over. That's the pitch over maneuver, and you kind of want to do it gently because you need to get out of the atmosphere because of all the friction, and then you kind of want to go flat and get your velocity sideways going, because that's what you actually need. And you don't need to be going up, you need to be going sideways. And I think 10,000, we're going to try it. Okay, so cross your fingers and hope. Here we go. Prograde, please. Okay, now let's keep an eye on our apoapsis. That's the highest point in your orbit if you switch your engines off. And I think I've pitched over too early. Maybe not, but possibly. I'm just going to take manual control and just angle us up just a tiny bit. Oh yeah, I'm fighting MechJeb, that's why. Off. Just raise it up a little bit. No, not quite. Basically, if you're trying to do this by hand, you want the T minus under the where it says Kerbal output, it says T minus. You want it to be about a minute. You want to try and keep it close to a minute as you go up. And that's kind of a good launch profile. So I'm just going to hand it back to MechJeb now, because I've done it a little bit, and then we're just waiting for this to get up to probably 90,000 or something. Give us loads and loads and loads of extra room, and cut. Okay, getting a bit of overheating there from just atmospheric heating, which is going to be reducing our apoapsis, but not by a lot. As soon as that's over and done with, I will dump the fairing. We'll get on with things. Okay, lovely. And then just wait for it to cool down. There we go. And deploy. Now we have our lovely little space probe. And where did I put the antenna? Somewhere. Probably should have put that on a keybind, but eh. Okay. And as soon as we're out of the atmosphere, which is at 70,000, I will go for the circularization burn. Oh, this is much nicer. That's a much nicer orbit. So you see, compared to last time where we kind of went up like that, and then it didn't work, now I've got, 2 minutes to sort out the rocket. It's kind of a mad dash. Right? Just going to switch off the smart ASS, which is also maybe what I did wrong last time, because I had the two things on at the same time. Circularize, next apoapsis, create and execute. And now what MechJeb should do, there we go, is, wait a minute, I just had a thought. Does this thing carry monoprop? No. Okay, so I stuck monopropellant thrusters on for no reason whatsoever. It's because I was planning on doing a monoprop engine. And then I had switched to liquid fuel. Okay. The spacing mix, whatever. Why is the engine not active? Engine at full, but it's not doing anything. Just why? Not time accelerating. Full engine. There's fuel. What's wrong? Have electric charge. We're on target. Okay, abort. Node execution. And see if this is... Oh, I've lost control. Why have I lost control? No probe control. Of course, because we don't have a connection to the Space Center. So we can't control the probe. Oh well, I wanted to fix that RCS issue anyway. Anyway, do. And down we go, and we're going to go splash. God damn it. How much do these rockets cost? I just should probably check that. And blow up in the atmosphere, or are you going to blow up when you hit the ground? Bit of both? Maybe? Nope. No. Survive re-entry, somehow. Science is happening, kinda. Yeah, we're learning. We're learning. We're testing out our new launch platform. Probably should be launching it empty. But yeah. Failure is always an option. We're learning things. We're learning things. And yes, let's see if we can set a new depth record. Prograde. Well, oh yeah, I can't control it. Never mind. Nope. Okay. Okay. Back to the vehicle assembly. Yeah, no, I didn't go 20 meters deep. Right. How many parts do I have left? 1. Right. Now, the problem is we lose control of this rocket immediately because we don't have any connection to the Space Center, which means we need to launch a different satellite. But what I am going to do, just before I forget, is I'm going to get some RCS fuel tanks. Just a teeny weeny one. Smallest one I can. I don't want LFO. I want monoprop. You only get those ones. Can I get an inline yet? Damn it. Yeah. It's because I was originally going to run this as a whatchamacallit? Words. They're originally going to run it as a monoprop only build. But yeah, issues. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to stick this right in the middle. Nope, not that. This, and then I'm going to stick that on top. There we go. Looks disgusting, but it'll do. And that keeps me under my part limit. Nice. We believe you. Yeah, sure you do. Okay, so I'm going to save this. Save. And we're going to have to deal with the fact that we need access to something else. So this is going to be the ComSat 1. And we're going to redesign. Okay, probably keep this. Keep all this. But we're going to redesign our little probe here. So, don't need those. Don't need that. This. Probably will stick with this. This is why I wish I could build it out of a monoprop. Why do you need landing legs if it's a probe? Well, what I was going to do, I can't even, there's so many words there. My dyslexia is kicking in. King. I'm just going to call you King, if that's okay. King God. Landing legs, we were going to try and land on the moon. But I keep forgetting that you need to be able to contact the probe, or it'll just crash. So now we're repurposing what was going to be a moon landing probe into a communication satellite. Using this thing. Like that. And that should, in theory, work. And I'm just gonna... Ooh, what the hell is that? Why did I press that? No. Oh, it moves me over to the spaceplane hangar. Okay, cool. No, what I was wanting to do was to set up the action groups. Thought I could do. Not. King is fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, so This was going to be a moon probe, now it's going to be a communication satellite. Because we have repurposed it. And I seem to have missed the rocket. Oh well. Yeah, so that should do. It does have a reaction wheel, doesn't it? Yes. Okay, so this thing should work. It says confidently. Let's get a decoupler. And a fairing. Oh, let me do that. Wish I had the tiny one. Never mind. Never mind. Moaning, moaning, moaning. And this. Okay. And then we just need a rocket. And I'll probably use the same design. So this. Then this. Yeah, this one. Go for two of them. Bins. Stick an engine on the bottom. That always helps. We'll go for the 45 again. And the launch. Go. Okay. Right. So we want to launch a communication satellite. First. Right. Let's save. And leave. And I'm just going to check something in the tracking station. Thanks very much for... I think that was a follow. I just heard a plink, plinkety plink noise. Thank you very much. It doesn't show off on my stream manager yet. I'm still trying to get a proper setup, second monitor, stuff like that. But thank you very much. So, I believe that... Yeah, the problem is, if we launch over this way, basically we lose connection to the Space Center. I'm actually going to... And we're going to do a day launch. And justify, thank you very much. Love a bit of Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, so I'm trying to do Kerbal every Tuesday, and if it proves popular with the people who've been watching, then I might do one at the weekend as well. So we're very early on in the space program at the moment, and I'm just fumbling about being an absolute moron. Okay. How many contracts can I have? 7. Okay, so we'll take that one, just because it's an interesting one to try. So what they want us to do is rendezvous 2 vessels, which I'm not going to try for ages, but might as well. Yeah, I'm not interested in any of these. It's all really specific. I should probably download a mod that gives me cooler contracts. And what I'm as well going to do is, while I remember, I'm going to head over to the admin building to get the thing that... No, not that one. Funds for rep. Not many funds, though. One where it's like you can... buy rep for science. Oh, this one. Here we go. You lose science and you gain funds, but again, it's not very much. I'm sure there was one where you could... I might do this one, actually. This reduces contract rewards, but increases my funds from doing milestones, which is going to suit my style of play. 25% commitment to this. Okay. It's going to cost me some money to set up and some science and some reputation, but that should help because I'm really not. I'm not planning on going for the playthrough is very much just a casual kind of let's go to Duna type of thing, or at the moment attempt to go to the moon. Dr. Fridge, I love Kerbal. It's amazing. Unjustified, sweet, hype for 2. Yes, absolutely. So this series will probably continue until 2 comes out, and then I'll swap over to KSP2 and try it out. That's also partly why I'm not running with the sort of near future stuff, the near future mods, which I love. They're really interesting, really cool. But a lot of that content is going to be in Kerbal 2, as far as I can tell, anyway. So I'm kind of holding back on that. I'm trying to keep it very kind of stock, but kind of like an improved stock version of Kerbal 1. So it's like you can get an experience very close to this with the stock vanilla game with no mods, and I'm only running, I think it's 5 mods at the moment, most of which are cosmetic. You can get something that looks quite nice, I think. Right, let's try this again. Okay, up to full, and launch. Okay. Good. Stability on. And up we go. Launching a communication satellite. See, this is why I was just doing crude missions to start with. But if you just join the stream, I only have 1 pilot left. Valentina and Jeb are sadly departed. And Tamford Kerbal, our only surviving pilot, I nearly killed. And if you've been watching these unmanned probes just smash into the ocean one after another, we really need to be careful. Because we cannot afford to keep buying new pilots. They're expensive. KSP2 looks kind of like KSP1 with better graphics, new mechanics, new planets, which is quite nice. My PC will probably struggle to run it. Yeah, I haven't even seen what the specs are like for KSP2. The Jeb Memorial Satellite. Okay, yes, I will rename the satellite once we get it working. And then we'll launch the Valentina Memorial Satellite as well, because we will need probably 3 or 4 of these 3 or 4 of these kind of communication satellites. That should do. Still in contact with the Space Center. This is good. I'm going to go for a slightly less efficient launch, so that I'm still in contact with the Space Center, hopefully. Yeah, thanks very much, Nate. Yeah, so Tamford was stuck orbiting the sun, so I had to try and cobble together a rescue. Worth watching back for. Thank you very much. All my streams go up, and they should be visible for 2 weeks afterwards. So if you are wanting to watch anything back, do that. And it will probably be the highlight as well. I do a little highlights of the stream sometimes. If there's something fun or cool going on. Okay, we're still in contact. This is good. I should probably cut the engine, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably should have cut it way before that, because now we're going to try and do a circularization burn over the middle of nowhere. Way, stupid moron, Chris. Right. I really hate myself sometimes. Right. Deploy. Pretty sure this one's going to crash too, because I've been a numpty and put the apoapsis way up here. And if you look up here, the Space Center is below the horizon. So I'm 99% sure that it's not going to work. But we'll try. So let's switch this off. And pull up the Manoeuvre Planner. And yes, circularize, yes please. Apoapsis, create and execute. And this is where it probably doesn't work. So yeah, Kerbal 2. I don't know what the system requirements are going to be. No idea. I'm kind of hoping I'll be able to run it on this PC. It's not like super high end, my computer, but it's decent, and it can run most things at the moment on max settings. So I'm kind of hoping I'll be able to at least run KSP 2. It's probably not going to come out till, is it next year? It's been delayed to. Okay, so we are still in contact. Okay, good. So I did actually. This is an advantage of the apoapsis being a bit higher. Okay, here we go. Good stuff. And we're probably going to have to stage. No, we still have some fuel left. Not much, just fumes. But that is how well engineered this rocket is. Okay, cut the engine. I don't know why. Oh, we've lost thingy. Shut down the engine. Shut it down. At least it's on very, very light. This is messing up the orbit, by the way. In case you're wondering why I'm yelling at them to shut it down, but it's not gonna matter. We're just waiting until this is out of fuel, and we're back in contact, basically. So we only just managed that. That was skin of a teeth kind of moment there. And yeah, I can't open it yet. Wait for that to run out of fuel. Wait for us to come back into contact with the ground, which will take a little while. And then I will attempt to put this thing in a more useful orbit, because a low Kerbin orbit is useful for like refueling stations, space stations, stuff like. Oh, we're back in contact. Okay, good. So we're back in contact. So what I'm just going to do is I'm very quickly going to head over to the Kerbal Space Program wiki to check what the orbital requirements are for geostationary orbit around Kerbin, because that's what I want my satellite in. Kerbin. Okay, orbits. Synchronous orbit is achieved with 3463.33. Okay, cool. So we're going to plan a maneuver. I don't think it really matters when we do it. No, it's not going to matter when we do it, but we do kind of want it to be. I'm going to tell it to do it at the next periapsis. We're going to do it when we get to here. And what I want you to do is I want you to change our apoapsis, and I want you to change it to 3,463.33 kilometers, please. Go. And that is, we should be in contact there, because we should be in contact with KSC when that happens. And I'll switch on auto warp, and hopefully everything will be good. We do have a tiny bit of fuel here, and then we're just going to be on the probe. So that's the plan, and I'm just going to head back into the Twitch chat. Right. Here we go. Approaching the node. Getting the burn ready. Yes, we're in contact. Lovely. There goes our probe. Whoa! A little enthusiastic there. Oh, it seems that... hold on. Seems that it's a little bit unbalanced, which it is, to be fair, because it's got an antenna sticking outside of it. If you do have that problem, asymmetrical rocket, basically, if you play around with a thrust limiter here, you can kind of get it so that the rocket is stable. And there's no time limit on this burn. You know, we can take as long as we need to do this. Now, mech jib is handling all of that. Yeah, thrust limiter at 30% of our maximum thrust. Not a problem. And then throttle down. Lovely. Okay, and that's the maneuver complete. Right. So we're going to swing out to over here, and then when we get to the apoapsis, we need to circularize again. Go. And it should be in contact with the Boomerang launch site when that happens. Or at least I hope so. And I'm just going to extend the antenna. And extend this one. Will one probe be enough for orbital comms, or you need more? So, what I'm hoping is that this one ends up over the area that I need it. But no, you need quite a few comsats. Hello, Freya. Are you okay? What's not very good? Daddy's rocket skills. Oh, really? Okay. Stream special guest there. Right. Okay. Yeah, so this rocket, this satellite, sorry, basically covers all of this side of Kerbin, which is the main way that I will be launching everything. So I launch everything to the east of the KSC, because that's the way the planet's spinning. So you get a little bit of boost orbital velocity. And this will be able to communicate with anything that I launch this way, basically. And then once it's around the other side, there are the other ground stations it can contact. There's Boomerang, the Desert Airfield, and the KSC. But no, this is not a complete satellite network. What I would do next is I would look to put one in probably an orbit around the moon as well, so that you can bounce communications from, you know, this side of the moon back here, so that you can contact the dark side of the moon. And then usually what you want to do is you want to stick one way out here somewhere, that basically acts as like a backup. But if you want a full-on Kerbin one, you need a minimum of 3. So you need one here, one here, and one here, so they can communicate to each other, and that's you with a total coverage of Kerbin via satellite. But all I need to do now is I'm just gonna. You don't have to do this, but if I tell it to go radial plus, what it should do is other one, radial minus. It will point itself at Kerbin, so that the antenna is pointed towards Kerbin, which you don't have to do in any way whatsoever, but I think it's fun. Yeah, it's a geosynchronous orbit. So yeah, that's why I went away to look up the orbital height. So it should just stay right here the whole time. I mean, it's not a perfect geosynchronous orbit. There's a bit of drift. But yeah, this should work. And as promised, we will rename the vessel the Jib Memorial Comsat. Accept. Okay. Awesome. 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 Right. Let's head back to the Space Center. Nice. I'm glad you like it. We'll do the Valentina, and we haven't lost anyone else, so we'll launch one in honor of Tamford, because she nearly died. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to go into the VAB, and I'm just going to launch the moon lander that we were going to try and do. because that was what I was going to do, like, right at the start of the episode. So this is the Spacing McSpace Phase 3. And we're just going to try and get it into orbit, basically. And I'll probably end the stream there, because I can hear screams coming from the next room, which probably means that my children need some attention. Okay, now this time we will have success. Pray for success in the chat. Right. Thrusters to engine to full. Engine on. Release. Okay. You cheeky pitch over. Slight, just a teeny tiny bit. And let's go. Bit of drift as we take off from the pad sideways. It's all perfectly safe. I'm sure you'll you'll agree. And up we go. And now, as we launch, once we get over here, which is where we were losing contact, now we can just contact the Jet Memorial Comsat. Or at least that's the plan. Up we go. Yeah, this is quite a slow launching rocket. Simply, I'm just trying to keep the parts down, so the 45 engine and these two giant tanks kind of gets me just into orbit, which is ideal. If I was trying to be a little bit better about it, I'd probably have this slightly smaller, so that this has to drop off during the circularization burn, and that would mean that the probe would continue on, and this bit would fall back to Kerbin, and I wouldn't have to worry about doing. I wouldn't have to worry about doing clearing out the space junk, basically. No one likes space junk. And thank you very much to whoever that was, I think following me for the little bleepy sound. Again, apologies. The Twitch, I'm doing... Oh, okay, that's too much. I'm using the stream manager on my phone in front of me on the desk here, and what basically it shows me some things but not everything. So I can see you guys saying stuff in the chat, but okay, I can't. This is a little tricky to control actually. Prograde. But if I get a bling or a bloop, it doesn't tell me what that actually is, even though I can hear it. Okay, this is going to be a very, very, very sidewaysy launch, but it should work. Burning up a lot of fuel, but that apoapsis hopefully will keep going up. I'm being a bit risky with this launch, actually. Just start going up significantly now. As long as we don't, like, destroy the satellite. Fine. Overheat. That's not good. Please don't explode. Okay, I can't attach yet because... Oh, our apoapsis is enough. Okay, well, actually that's perfect. So, all I'm going to do is switch the ASS off and get the Manoeuvre Planner out. Circularizing the next apoapsis. Yes, please. Just wait a sec until we're not creating so much drag. Lovely. Go. Cooling down. Mm-hmm. 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 And deploy. It's only this bit that's hot. And I will tell MechJeb to create and execute the node. And this time we shouldn't have any issues around annoying things like having to deal with running out of communications because our maneuver node is almost directly underneath the Jeb Memorial Comsat. Hooray! Progress. And as well, this satellite can't act as a relay, unfortunately, because I didn't fit it with a relay antenna. But that is something you can do as well. Is you can do a mission and you just stick a relay antenna on there, and you can kind of use them as a makeshift communications network. So we're out of contact just now. Why are we out of contact just now? Should be in contact with. Why are we not in contact with the Comsat? Why? But yeah, I should be in contact with it. Why am I not? What? Why am I not in contact with the damn thing? Have we run out of power or something? No. We have power. We have an antenna, which just apparently hasn't connected to anything. That's very strange. Oh no, I know what the problem is. No, yeah, we don't have any probe control. Okay, that is weird. Well, I'm gonna end the stream with this exploding again, because it's always funny. Oh wait, we've got control again. Do the thing, man. Okay, so I do not know why, but yeah, we've actually managed to get it into orbit. But I don't understand why. So we're connected to one of the ground stations down here somewhere, but I don't understand why it hasn't connected to the Comsat. That is really strange. Oh well, live and learn. It's not a great orbit, but it works. Next time, I will be attempting to land this little thing on the moon, because why not? And then maybe, if I get time, I will try and send Tamford and possibly someone else to the moon as well. Actually, before I do, I'm just going to head back to the Space Center. I'm just going to have a look at those communication parts, see if I can't figure out why it did that. That is annoying. What am I missing? Communications. This thing. It has Tanner antenna type direct, 500k combinable. Rated for... Yeah, why doesn't it work? Is it my relay that's the problem? Just don't get it. Yeah, mid-range communication. You'd think that it would be able to connect to this. Particularly, and it is pointing in the right direction. That's just strange. I'm just going to check in the tracking station. Everything's correct. So, this thing is definitely connected. But this won't connect to that. Maybe I need a better antenna on the Comsats? Don't know. But it's very strange. It's not a Comsat to ground issue. It's this thing, Space Phase 3. Oh well, I'll probably mess around off camera and see if I can't fix that. Thanks very much for watching. If you haven't already, drop me a follow. I stream every day, different games. Schedule's up there. It was a little bit later today, but normally it's at 4 in the afternoon. And yeah, check out some of my previous stuff. I've got a YouTube as well. I've got a Patreon, all sorts of things. But thanks very much for joining, and hopefully see you next time. Bye-bye.